In the vast tapestry of superhuman abilities, few powers ignite the imagination quite like the mastery of fire. Today, we pit two titans of thermal energy against each other, the nuclear man, Firestorm, and the Fantastic Four's fiery flyer, the Human Torch. This isn't just a battle of heat, it's a clash of elemental control, atomic manipulation, and sheer willpower. Who will emerge victorious when these fire-based powerhouses collide? Our story begins in a desolate, abandoned industrial complex, chosen for its isolation and ample space for destructive capabilities. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, streaks across the sky, a blazing comet of human form. His body is wreathed in superheated plasma, his signature flame on, echoing through the empty structures. He's agile, confident, and ready for a challenge. Suddenly, a shimmering, ethereal figure materializes amidst a burst of green and yellow energy. This is Firestorm, the composite being of Ronnie Raymond and Professor Martin Stein. His head is a crown of nuclear fire, his body radiating immense power. And like Johnny's raw and tame flames, Firestorm's energy feels controlled, precise, and infinitely more complex. Human Torch, Firestorm's voice resonates, a dual echo of two minds. I've heard much of your prowess. Let's see if the hype matches the heat. Johnny grins, a fiery smirk. Firestorm, heard you can do some fancy tricks. But can you handle a nova burst? Without warning, Johnny unleashes a torrent of fire, a concentrated stream of superheated plasma aimed directly at Firestorm. The air crackles, metal girders begin to warp from the intense heat. Firestorm, however, remains unfazed. With a thought, he raises a hand. The incoming flames shimmer, then dissipate harmlessly into the air. He hasn't just absorbed them, he's transmuted them, perhaps into inert gases or even pure energy. Impressive, but predictable, Firestorm states, his nuclear aura flaring brighter. My control over matter extends beyond mere absorption. Johnny's eyes narrow. This isn't going to be a simple slugfest. He circles Firestorm, increasing his speed, leaving trails of fire in his wake. He launches fireballs, each one exploding with concussive force against the ground where Firestorm had been moments before. Firestorm, despite his bulk, demonstrates surprising agility, phasing through walls and reappearing behind Johnny. To slow, Torch, Firestorm shouts, extending a hand. A beam of concentrated nuclear energy, a vibrant green, lances out. Johnny barely dodges, the beam incinerating a concrete pillar behind him. The sheer destructive potential of Firestorm's energy is evident. Johnny retaliates with a fiery punch, his fist glowing white-hot. Firestorm meets it with a nuclear-charged palm strike. The impact creates a shockwave that rattles the entire complex, sending debris flying. The air between them shimmers with residual energy. You hit hard, Firestorm, Johnny pants, but I can take the heat. He engulfs himself in a full-body flame, becoming a living inferno. He charges, a human missile of pure fire. Firestorm braces himself. As Johnny closes in, Firestorm's hands glow. He attempts to transmute Johnny's flames, to turn them into something harmless. But Johnny's control is absolute. The flames resist, pushing back against Firestorm's atomic manipulation. This isn't just fire, it's Johnny's life force, his very being. Realizing direct transmutation of Johnny's core flame is difficult, Firestorm shifts tactics. He transmutes the ground beneath Johnny's feet into a sticky, non-flammable polymer, attempting to trap him. Johnny, quick thinking, blasts off the ground, soaring upwards, leaving a molten crater where he was. Nice try, Professor. Johnny taunts, now high above. He begins to spin rapidly, creating a massive fire tornado. A vortex of superheated air and flames that descends upon Firestorm. The heat is unbearable, threatening to melt the very structure around them. Firestorm stands his ground, his nuclear aura expanding. He begins to absorb the heat, not just transmuting it, but drawing it into himself, converting it into raw energy. His power levels surge, his form glowing with an intense, almost blinding light. He's not just resisting, he's feeding off Johnny's attack. Your fire fuels me, Torch. Firestorm declares, his voice now booming with amplified power. He unleashes a powerful nuclear blast, wide area attack that tears through the fire tornado, scattering Johnny's flames. Johnny is thrown backward, momentarily stunned by the sheer force. Recovering quickly, Johnny realizes he needs a new strategy. Direct fire attacks are being absorbed or transmuted. He needs to overwhelm Firestorm, or find a weakness. He decides to use his environment. He ignites several oil drums, creating a massive inferno, then uses his powers to draw all the oxygen out of the immediate vicinity around Firestorm, attempting to suffocate him. Firestorm, however, is not reliant on atmospheric oxygen in the same way. His nuclear matrix provides his life support. He simply transmutes the surrounding air back into breathable oxygen, or even into a different element entirely, rendering Johnny's tactic ineffective. Clever, but futile, Firestorm says, now floating calmly amidst the raging inferno Johnny created. My powers operate on a fundamental level of existence. Johnny, frustrated, decides to go all out. All right, Firestorm. Let's see how you handle a supernova. He begins to gather all his energy, his body becoming a miniature sun. The heat becomes so intense that the very air around him begins to ionize, crackling with raw power. This is his ultimate attack, capable of leveling city blocks. Firestorm watches, calculating. He knows the destructive potential of a full nova burst. He can't simply absorb or transmute something of that magnitude without risking a catastrophic chain reaction. He needs to disrupt it. As Johnny reaches the peak of his power, just before unleashing the devastating blast, Firestorm acts. He doesn't attack Johnny directly. Instead, he focuses his transmutation powers on the energy field Johnny is generating. With incredible precision, Firestorm begins to subtly alter the atomic structure of the superheated plasma surrounding Johnny, introducing unstable isotopes, disrupting the delicate balance of the nova burst. Johnny feels it immediately. The immense power he's gathered begins to destabilize, to flicker erratically. The controlled explosion he intended is turning into something chaotic, dangerous, and uncontrollable. He struggles to maintain it, but Firestorm's atomic interference is too precise, too pervasive. What are you doing? Johnny screams, trying to regain control. I'm disarming you, Torch, Firestorm replies calmly. Your power is immense, but it is still bound by the laws of physics. Laws I can rewrite. With a final surge of will, Firestorm completes his transmutation. The supernova, instead of exploding outwards, implodes harmlessly, collapsing into a contained sphere of inert, superdense matter that quickly cools and dissipates. Johnny, drained and disoriented, falls from the sky, his flames sputtering out. Firestorm gently catches him before he hits the ground, lowering him carefully. Johnny lies there, exhausted, his body smoking slightly, but otherwise unharmed. You stopped it, Johnny whispers. Amazed. You didn't just absorb it, you changed it. Firestorm nods. Your power is raw, potent, and beautiful, Johnny Storm. But mine is fundamental. I don't just control fire, I control the very building blocks of existence. In a direct confrontation of our primary powers, the ability to manipulate matter at an atomic level ultimately grants me the decisive edge. Johnny, though defeated, manages a weak smile. Yes, I still have some things to learn about playing with fire and atoms. Firestorm helps him to his feet, indeed. Perhaps next time, we can spar without the risk of leveling a city block. And so, the battle concludes. The Human Torch, a master of fire, was outmatched by Firestorm's unparalleled ability to manipulate matter itself. While Johnny's raw power and speed were formidable, Firestorm's scientific precision and atomic control proved to be the ultimate trump card. It was a testament not just to power, but to the intricate dance of science and heroism.